If you've seen the news cycle here in the last month, you know that there's been some folks with the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro whose glass over their camera has been just spontaneously shattering. And I've seen this, there's been a lot of articles about it. Google has not come out and gotten ahead of this thing. I thought that they would by now because, well, it's impacting their new fan favorite Pixel 7, Pixel 7 Pro phone, and it's just a bad look. And maybe it's impacting 100 people, maybe it's impacting 300 or 400 people. Let's say they've sold 1 million, let's say they've sold 2 million. It's a very, 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 very small fraction of folks that are having the issue. But Google has not acknowledged anything, and they're not fixing it for free because their policy under their warranty is that they don't fix physical damage under the warranty. And I get that. I really do. I understand this looking at it from a consumer perspective. I understand it looking at it from a business perspective. As a consumer, I think if you damaged it, I would know. I take really good care of my phone. And one thing that I would recommend to folks, actually have a camera protector that goes over mine. Now, this is like a little metal bar here. It's got little glass protective lenses that go over and protect my camera from getting scratched. I would highly recommend getting one of those because you can even get it with the screen protectors. You can get them for like $10. And I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in picking one up. I think that's a great way to save and protect your investment, especially because the camera is so precious. It's the most important part of the phone, arguably, with the Pixel. Yeah, I definitely recommend that. But I think most people know if they're just walking around and then they reach in and grab in their pocket, it's like, how in the heck did my lens on my camera just spontaneously shatter? I didn't bump into anything. I didn't sit on it. I didn't drop it. And this isn't onesies and twosies. We're talking, I know at least probably several hundred people this has happened to. So then you go to your warranty and you're like, hey, I didn't do this. Your phone screen, your glass just broke on its own. You should fix this. And then Google says, oh, well, no, that's not under warranty. It's physical damage. Because somebody could very well break their lens, break their screen, and then you've got everybody trying to replace things and get things fixed under warranty that are not actually warranted defects. So my hope is that Google is still looking into this. My hope is that they're looking into it and that they will ultimately determine that it's a manufacturer defect, so that way when folks have this happen, they don't have to pay what's reportedly about $400 to get it fixed. That's outrageous. That is a whole lot of money to fix some glass over your camera on the back of your phone. So, yeah, I understand, though, why Google hasn't done anything about this, because as soon as they open up the floodgates and they say, okay, we'll fix it, then basically anytime somebody breaks their lens, then they'll be, oh no, this is that defect you were talking about. And I don't think that camera glass on these phones really breaks all that often, especially if you put a protective case on it, if you put one of these protective glass cases, like glass coverings over it, if you take good care of it, they're pretty good camera glass already. So it's not something that's normally just going to break on its own. I don't hear a lot of folks breaking their camera glass. What you usually break is the glass on the front or on the back of the phone. Very rarely and remotely do you see it over a camera, and that's why it really kind of starts to sound more and more like, okay, this is probably a manufacturer's defect that we're living with, as opposed to people actually going out and just getting a small little hammer, like little gremlins breaking the glass on the back of their smartphone camera. And this really, I think it hurts Google more than it helps them, because yes, they might be saving a few bucks, but here's the thing. Google is one of the richest companies in the world. Even if they took this one on the chin, let's say it happened to 5,000 people, is it really something that's worth damaging their reputation and all the great positive goodwill they've generated with the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro since they've come out? I don't think so. And even though they charge you $400, it probably costs them like $100 to fix it. So it's something that I really think that they should just go ahead and say, look, the tie goes to the runner. We'll go ahead and fix this for you guys, and just as a gesture of goodwill. Now, I doubt that's going to happen, but at this point, I think that's probably the best thing for Google to do. So if you're watching my video, you should probably fix the people's glass, because I think that there's enough evidence out there showing that I think that they're not just breaking them on their own. And it's very frustrating because you go out, you get this new phone, amazing camera, all these things, such a good experience with the phone, and then your camera lens just shatters. And I would be really, really, really angry if that happened to me. And I can imagine a lot of other folks are angry too, because they're meeting a brick wall when they reach out to Google and they're like, hey, can you please help us with this? And then they go, no, it's not part of our warranty. So I hope that behind the scenes, Google is still investigating this, and they can come to a conclusion onto what's actually causing this, because it also leaves a question mark out there, because there are some folks who might be interested in buying the phone who are now turned off, who don't want to buy the phone, because then they're like, yeah, I've seen the news article on this, or my buddy had this happen, or if this spontaneously happens, I don't want to have to spend $400 to get my glass fixed on the back of my phone. That's a really big liability that may or may not happen. And again, they probably sold 2 million of these phones in the last 4 months, 3 months, whatever. But that puts doubt in people's minds as to the reliability of the phone and makes people not want to go out and buy it. So yes, my thing is, if you still want to buy one, I think they're safe. I think by and large, this is a very, 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 very minute issue that's happening. Probably some sort of weird manufacturing defect. I would recommend getting one of these, because hopefully this should keep that from happening. I think. Maybe. I don't know the source or the reason why this is happening. Maybe it was because of crazy temperature changes. Maybe it's because of some bad glass. Maybe. I don't know. But I just know personally that I would feel more comfortable having one of these on the back of my phone. And this is not a video to advertise. I don't even know what brand this is. I even have to go through my Amazon stuff to look at it. But I knew as soon as I saw that this was only like $10, I put one on the back of my phone, just because I don't want to worry about it. So that's all I got. My heart goes out to those who have had this issue. It's very frustrating. Hopefully Google will come to some sort of resolution and ultimately end up fixing these for folks at some point in time. But until then, yeah, I think it's about $400 to get fixed based off the articles that I've been reading, and it's very, very unfortunate. So again, sorry, my heart goes out to you. Hopefully Google will do something about this, and we're still playing the wait and see game. I mean, they're not even acknowledging the fact that they've held up the update for folks who have T-Mobile and use Google Fi on the latest January update that still haven't got it, i.e. also me. So that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you found the video helpful, if you like these sorts of videos, like the Google Pixel videos, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.